All right, I'm in the 2020 St. Patrick's Day tournaments. I'm in the weekend round of the Ricky division, and I had a crap front nine. And the deal is that what was crap was the two par fours in the middle, hole number 5 and hole number 7. I hit everything. I was right where I wanted to be. I had the right club. I had the right ball. I had everything was there, and I didn't hit perfect. And you have to hit perfect into these cups. And I was just like literally right next to the cup, right where I was supposed to be. Only I was right next to the cup. And so I'm going to have to light it on fire on the back, because I will tell you, coming into this bracket, minus 31 was the top. I had a minus 30. There was a minus 29. There's just no possible way of getting a win without shooting a 30 plus. So that means I'm going to have to shoot a 17 plus on the back. And picking up the par fours, and hole number 9 is minus 15. So that means I'm going to have to sink 2 other shots in order to have any shot. I have no idea what they've got at the top, but right now I'm probably a top 10 shot right now, but that's not going to be good enough. 1.15. So let's get on hole number 1. And what really tanked the whole deal was I was practicing, trying to warm up, just woke up and accidentally played hole number 1. And I wouldn't say I was nonchalant and I did the right adjustment, but I wasn't prepared. I wasn't mentally prepared to be playing a tournament hole, and I ended up on a tournament hole. I got the birdie, but did not give myself the hole-in-one shot I was looking for. And I'm taking a Grizzly and a Navigator. And that was the other thing on it, is I brought a Titan. I was just like, and then I shot the shot, and I'm like, why the hell are we on a par 3? No, not a Marlin. No, I actually think I had a Marlin with me. I was like, wow, this is the biggest win. It was, the win was like 6. This is the biggest win we've seen all week. And then I just took the shot and wasn't in the right spot, didn't do the right stuff. And there we go. There we go. Let's open up a chest, clear out a slot, get me some more common cards to add to the mix. See if we can get a hole-in-one here. Get a hole-in-one. I'm going to pause and go get a cup of coffee and see if I can continue to wake up. I got up really early to try and beat my neighbors getting up. Had a pretty rough week, pretty busy week. It's still going to be pretty busy. As soon as I get done here, I've got to shoot some video for work and try and put all that together. Do some advertising stuff, put some quick advertising stuff together, because tomorrow I've got a super busy day. So there may be some videos posted tomorrow night. I'll play some one-on-one. I like to come out on Monday and Tuesday after a tournament and play some one-on-one and just go out and have some fun. I've tried the first time that this hole was in a tournament, the Celtic Cup is when these holes came out. I tried coming at them with backspin just to get me up there, just to see the look. And I'll tell you, backspin is rough on these holes. There's so much movement on this. There's no spot that's flat. Let's see what my wind is. 4.5 equals, it's going to be 5.2 rings. Do about a half a backspin, some side spin to the hole. I want to dial that sucker up. .1 rings. Just try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look. I think my trajectory is off there. I think it's going to end up on one side or the other. That's exactly what it looked like it was going to do. I was trying to move it around to get it right, but if you move it one way, the tail waggles the other. Distance was good, though. I hit the hole-in-one on this in the qualifying round and in the opening round once. I hit it on the backside, back 9. the key here is I have to get, if I don't get all three of the par fours here on the back and I don't get those, then I've got zippo chance of even getting a really decent score. This tournament, this layout for me is set up at a minus 15, and if I can get a hole in one or get an Albie, then that just adds on to it. But it's all predicated on getting an eagle on these par fours, and the deal is that they're super easy if you can hit perfect into the cup. If you don't hit perfect into the cup, let's see if they'll forfeit. See if I can fill my slot. Yeah, they're not going to forfeit. So I will forfeit. Seahawks. The Seahawks still playing football? They got uniforms and everything? If my wife listens to this, she's a big Seahawks fan. All right, I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee real quick. I got to wake up. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's go. Where are we at? Hole number 11. Hole number 11. Got coffee. It's really weird here at my house. I live in Salem, Oregon, and I live in a pretty quiet neighborhood at the top of a hill. But behind my house, I live right on a ridge, and so all the people that live up here on the ridge, in front of our house, we got this huge panoramic view of the Cascades. So you can see from my house, I can see the Salem Capitol and Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams, Mount Hood, Mount Jefferson. But behind my house, there's a pretty busy street. It's one of the main thoroughfares going from downtown Salem to South Salem. Hole number 11. What hole is this? Dreamwear Links, hole number 8. And the street is it's a busy street. It's just a 2-lane street with a suicide lane in the middle, but it's a passing lane, if you will. But it's usually really busy, and there's nobody out there right now. It's weird. All right. This coronavirus deal is the deal with it right now is that not a lot of people know somebody who has it, so it's really easy to go, what's the big deal? But when it strikes home, it'll become a bigger deal. Last Monday, the day that this tournament started, there was right around 100,000 people worldwide that had it. Now we're over 300,000 people, so we've tripled how many people have it in less than a week, and that will start to snowball. And right now, everybody's pretty good. But once we start running out of hospital supplies, that number is going to get really bad real quick. And the people who got it, because we don't have any natural immunity to it or any vaccine for it, people who got it at the beginning are then going to they're already weakened, and they will be susceptible to getting it again. So it's going to be ugly. I hope for the best, but I think it's going to be ugly. All right, here we go. That's why I spent all day yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, we were looking for. I changed careers and started up a business last year, and we clean the exterior of buildings. Right now, we're primarily focused on residential. Just trying to get in our business model, just trying to get our stuff set up for residential, and looking at doing, really kind of trying to break into the commercial market next year. But right now, the places that are open, grocery stores, pharmacies, those types of places, need some type of sanitation on the outside in those public areas where people are picking up groceries and picking up stuff, somebody coming in and sanitizing it every day. And that's exactly what we're set up to do. We can sanitize about 50,000 square feet of exterior surface in a day. And so we're just trying to make sure that we have everything we need, because if our suppliers shut down, so we bought 600 gallons of bleach and trying to get PPE. So we came out of the winter, and it's like, hey, no big deal. We'll get our stuff when the season starts. And of course, it was funny because we went into Lowe's and was asking about cartridges for our respirator. The guy's like, no, we're sold out in 3-6. He said, what's stupid is people were coming in and buying the respirator cartridges. They were sold out of the respirators themselves, but they had cartridges, and people were buying the cartridges, and they were telling them, look, we don't have the item that this goes onto. And they're like, we don't care, we're just going to take and it's like, why? people He said somebody came in and bought a case of cartridges and didn't even have the mask. Now, it's not to say they couldn't find them somewhere else, but really? And we've called a bunch of places on the phone on Friday, and everybody was out. Paint supply houses, everybody was out, and I finally just went to a bunch of places, and they were holding stuff back for their customers, their regular customers, and finally convinced one of them to sell me what I needed. What I found that was really funny was I had a hard time finding. We normally use goggles, and my nephew, who's works with me, was like, I want a full face shield so that we don't get anything at all on our face. And we had a hell of a time just buying face shields. And this is a straight up shot. Just need to hit it perfect. And I'm gonna hedge my bet just a little. 2.7, it's 1.3 per ring. It's right at 2 rings. Just need to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Get in the damn hole. Woo! And I offset it there just a little bit to the left so that I could potentially, if I caught a great to the right, it would still go in on a great to the right. So I was hedging my bets. But when I hit that perfect, that scared the hell out of me. Oh my God. It looked like it had a little bit too much speed. If I was on an absolute perfect trip, but today I should have had a minus 15 on at 9, so I'm 2 holes in and I'm only at minus 16. So coming in with a minus 13 did not help me. All right, what's hole number 12? Now, over the last 2 years, we've had 6 immediate family members die, and my old job took me on the road. I was on the road about 9 months out of the year, so I was gone and had to come home for a death, and was gone and had to come home for a death, and it was just a wild year, and it brought the full thing to light. I've been doing that job for a long, long time. I've been married to my wife for 20 years. We've been married, and in 20 years, we've only actually lived in the same house for about somewhere right around 5 to 6 years because I've been on the road. I was on the road one time for 24 months. And so it just kind of brought the whole deal of, I've got all these family members dying and I'm never around. Life is more than just going out and making money. All right. I still have no freaking idea what the wind adjustment is to the cup, so I'm just going to play it. What do I need here? What do I need? Hole number 3. I am out of it. Rock. I'm going to bring a sniper. I know that. I'm bringing a Kingmaker, and I know that. If I need anything other than that, I've got bigger problems than the fact that I need something other than that. Let's make sure I got all my usual suspects. Nirvana in every one of my bags, because I think I was practicing some stuff. Make sure I got my usual suspects: the Rapier, the Nirvana, and the Spitfire. I very seldom move off of those clubs. Occasionally, you'll need a backspin bag, but even if you're on one of those holes where you need backspin, you can get it done with those clubs. Have to see what the future brings on this stuff. This is very uncertain exactly what's going to happen here, but I know that everybody just needs to. Where in the heck are you going, dude? I mean, that looked like it's going to go way to the right, and it's deeper on the right. He was trying to hit that rock. Nice shot. One of my viewers was like, the shot that I'm doing here was like, that's 2 hard shots to get over into this area. And I'll tell you, I don't think of these as hard shots, to be honest with you. They're just pure setup shots. You take this shot 2 or 3 times in the practice session to get your how many rings you're offset, and then you hit perfect, 1 ring great to the left or the right, and bam, you're down the middle of the fairway. Whereas if you hit to the other side, you've got to hope that you can make it through that rough. And I've seen about half the people I've played this week made it through, and half the people didn't. And you have to get to the other side of that rough in order to have a shot. Now, I will say that if you got that shot right there with your sniper and you can do that rough bump, and I would definitely, if I was them, do a rough bump. I would not worry about trying to get out of that. That right there is the type of rough bump that I like, because if you caught a great to the left or the right, it doesn't matter. You're still going to bounce out of the rough, and you're going to be just a little great to the left or the right of cup. I don't like those rough bumps where you've got one side, you're going to get captured if anything goes wrong. Or if you make a bad wind adjustment, you're screwed. I definitely would have done the rough bump there. About 3-7. And the ball guide has been lying just a little here. It is. Do a 3.7 ring pull. See if we can get this in the cup. Oh, well, we're not going to get in the cup when we hit 2 rings great to the right. Did have my distance right, though. Always a silver lining. The ball guide is lying just a little bit there. If you terminate right at the cup, you'll end up blowing past it, and just at the right speed that if you did catch it, you could potentially bounce over the hole or bounce off the flagpole. So the ball guide is lying just a little. All right, eagle. The goal was eagle. We got an eagle. But I'm going to have to pick up 2 shots somewhere. It's going to have to be on these par 3s. And this one right here was the heartbreaker. I did hit it in perfect on this, and I had to do the backspin shot, and did not put it in the hole. And that was a killer. All right, hole number 13. Let's look at the holes this time instead. I don't end up on the wrong hole like I did on the front 9. What are we in? We're in first of the Glen Monarch holes, hole number 1. Yeah, I got a plan A and a plan B here. And I definitely want to be on the left-hand side of the cup, or on that side of the flagpole. I finally hit a perfect into this and was right off on the right-hand side. I'm bringing a sniper. I'm bringing a turkey ball. I'm adding on 10%. Get my trusty dusty calculator out here. 1.1 times whatever the wind is. And then I'm going to hit 1.2 per ring. Okay, I'm ready. If the wind with the 10% divided by the 1.2 per ring is higher than 2 miles per hour, I'm going to move it over to the side and use side spin. And I go first. 2.3 equals divided by 1.2. It's going to be 2.1 rings. So I've got just enough room in my target spot. Move it over just a little. So I'm moving 2.1 rings. You just need to hit this perfect. Come on, let's get a perfect shot going in here. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get it this time. I moved it over just a little bit on the cup. Woo! Finally got a freaking hole. Missed the first. Did I miss the first par four? Or did I make the first par four? I think I missed the first par. Did I make it? No, I made that first par four. So I'm still on my good track here. If I can pick up these mid two par fours and I tanked them on the front, I was in the right spot. Did not catch them. So we got something going. Jeez. Now it's really on pressure on the par fours. I still got a shot if I can shoot a 17 here of at least getting to 30. And my goal going into the week, I'm looking at my goal sheet, my note sheet here, and I wrote on here, the very first thing I wrote on here was 2020 St. Patrick's Day, and right next to it I wrote goal minus 30 plus. It's been my goal all week. Came in with a 30 in the opening round, and just trying to get back on track after not picking up the two par fours on the front. So some kind of bright, shiny light is good. Good luck in the tournament. All right. Something to look forward to. Okay, what the heck just happened there? All right. I don't know what I did right there, but one of my teammates got the deal where it gave them a birdie and they shot an eagle. They posted their replay and they got the eagle, but then on their scorecard it showed that they got a birdie. I wonder why it never works out the other way. Or we get the birdie and it shows on our scorecard we shoot the eagle. Nobody ever bitches about that because it never happens, but it always happens the other way. Okay, that was 13. That was minus 20. So we're on hole number 14. Let's go check it out. Hey, good thinking with me. Let's turn my material cue on. Get my grid back up. Okay, we're on hole 14, and that is Glen Monarch hole number 4. Let's make sure I get this burned into my memory banks. And I don't need my material cue. I need Golf Clash. All right, I'm going with a rock and a hornet and a kingmaker. That's all I need. And I'm doing a 10% wind adjustment into the cup. So it's one shot at a time. And I'm not going to get greedy this time. Myself a couple rooms of separation. I'm going to do a 3-6 adjustment. Just trying to hit it straight forward. I've been kind of putting the power back in it, but it's been real close to clipping that. Hitting it perfect. Clip in right there. I mean, doesn't look like it looked like I was a mile away, but it's been real close down there when you put the forward power back into it, and just rubbing a little bit up against the nubs just to try and get a little bit more distance. And it's been like the last couple of shots down there, it's just super close. And I would rather be in the fairway down there where I'm at and have a little teeny bit of side wind than to clip the rough right back here. I think I'd bleed out and end up in the fairway, but the whole deal is down where I'm at right there, I'm in minimum short iron. Minimum short iron, I play at 2.2 per ring. And I'm doing a 10% wind adjustment. And I just need to hit it perfect into the cup, and I'm in the hole. And we're on track. If I don't hit it perfect, it's not in the hole, and I'm going to be pissed. I tried on the beginning of the week trying to hit these par fours, just seeing what the look was to get on in one, and there is. But man, it's inconsistent. 3.3 divided by 2.2. I'm going to do a 1.65 ring adjustment. .65 rings. So a ring and 2/3. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Get in the hole. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Oh! Oh my God. That is bullshit. Oh. Got to be. Oh. Oh my God. Oh. Deep breaths. Breathing. It's the most important thing. That just pisses me off. That was, oh. That's the heartbreaker right there. That hole right there will come back and haunt me. That right there is absolute pure D bullshit. And I'll tell you, my Army days are coming back to me right now. I want to go on a tirade. You think they cuss like a sailor? Oh my! Take a deep breath. Calm down. It's that kind of stuff right there that just like you let that stuff, you hang on to that stuff, and it carries over to the next hole, and it carries over to the next hole, and next thing you know, you're in a really bad spot. I'm already in a bad spot. And I put myself in the bad spot by not hitting it perfect on the front, and then to hit that shot right there. That is depressing. Yeah, you have good luck too, buddy. All right. God. Oh, his 22s would have put me. I mean, look at all the 22s that are here. That's the minimum score. So that would put me at 44th versus 56. I mean, that's a huge jump right there just in the 22s. And, oh my, oh. All right, deep breaths, deep breaths. I'm quoting from the Grand Theft Auto, breathing. It's the most important thing. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we roll, roll, roll. Extra mile. Sniper. Grizzly. I'm bringing a season 17 ball. Looking for the 4 power and the 3 wind. Looks good. I had 3 shots that I hit imperfect today and didn't make those 3 shots. One on one of the doing the backspin shot on hole number 8, hit it perfect and it was just off the cup. And hitting that one right there, that is brutal. 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 As much side spin as I can weave into that. Two, 4. It's 2.1 per ring, so it's just a titch over. I'm going to put some curl to bring it back to the fairway over on the other side. Now when I hit it 700 rings great to the right. And it's all about right there. Whew. Just enough curl to make up for the 2 rings great to the right that I just hit. And I have no idea what the distances we're looking for out here. I haven't been paying attention. My goal is to get out there and try and straighten that line up and get into my maximum grizzly. And I haven't been paying attention this week. I started the week off. I was doing the rough up here, and then I wanted to see what it looked like. I wanted to work it out of my. And why wouldn't you use maximum topspin? Why wouldn't you use maximum topspin? Yeah, if you're going to try and hit into that spot, why wouldn't you use maximum topspin? There you go. I've been trying to do this shot. What I was doing at the beginning of the week was just laying it up out there, and I wanted to see what it looked like. And it was a wood coming in. Whew, that was close. And just kind of getting where they're at right there, and you've got a wood shot where you can do the wood rough bump. But I did not like that rough bump at all. At all. 1 times 3.4. About 3 3/4 rings is what I'm going to do here. And the ball guide is lying just a little. So do 3 3/4 rings. Hitting it perfect. Wow, I hit a perfect shot. That might be the first perfect shot I've hit in here all week. I probably should have did like a 15% wind adjustment. I added on 10% onto the wind. But the way the wind's blowing, I probably should have added on about 15. That's the closest I've been to Alvy on that hole all week. I think that might be the first perfect shot I've hit in that all week. Maybe the second. The two the two mid par fives, hole number 3 and hole number 6. But I've now taken, it's been 10 shots, and I think I might have hit 2 perfect out of 10. You can't figure out what the wind adjustment should be when you only hit 2 shots into a hole perfect all week, or holes perfect all week. You can work your distance out. If you go back and watch the videos, or if you watched up to this point, I've had my distance video perfect. Because you can work distance out, so you can at least walk away with something. So I know that on both of those par fives that the ball guide's lying just a little. I have 1 account left to play, my 99 account. I may, as soon as I get done here, try and pop off 9 holes, and then I'm going to have to wait until later on this evening and see if I can pop off the back 9 and maybe get something going with it. It has the same exact opportunities that a upper developed account has, because on the par 4s, it really just takes a short iron and a wedge to have ball guide. But that par 4 that I missed here, hole number 5, that's the heartbreaker. That was the heartbreaker. Every round has a heartbreaker, and that was it. Good luck in the tournament. All right, just trying to dig myself up, but there's no way I have any shot at a win. I can finish off strong here on these last holes, but the best that I can look for here on these last 3 holes is a eagle, hole-in-one eagle. So the best that I'm looking for is a -29, and that's if I execute on these last 3 holes. So let's see if we can get it done here on hole number 16. Hole number 16 is Glen Monarch hole number 2. Just want to look at it. Okay, no, that's not. That's Drew Moore Links. All right, this is where I screwed up last time. I actually thought that this was the par 3, and I was just now thinking it was the par 3. And then I got on the hole and was like, where am I at? What the heck's going on? Oh, yeah, it's a par 4. This is why I go look at them, because I would have made the same mistake I made on the front 9 right there. I was thinking that we were on the par 3. And I'm bringing an extra mile and a Hornet and a Rapier. And even though I didn't hit the one on the front perfect, I might have been just a little bit short. I was doing a topspin shot with, I was actually in my Rapier range. And it may have been, even if I'd hit it perfect, just a little bit short. So I'm not too upset about that one. But the one here just a couple holes ago where it bounced off the flagpole, I am upset about that one. And we're adding on 10% on the drive, and we're taking off 10% to the cup. I'm going to be in the pocket. My orange ring off. Adding on 10%, so that's 2.8, that's 3, that's 3.1. It's about a ring and a half. Nice and easy. Hitting it perfect. Now let's see if we can get the next shot perfect and get it in the hole and at least have some salvage of a round here. And I'm definitely going to be in my Rapier range. And my Rapier is 1.3 per ring. And I am like 2 cards away from getting my Rapier to level 8. And I'm not sure if it gets ball guide. Let me check here real quick. Not sure what it gets at level 8. Let's see what it gets. It does not get ball guide, but it does get a little more accurate. I was kind of hoping it got some ball guide. Right on the edge. Okay, 10% minus 10% times 3.6 divided by 1.3, about 2.5 rings. Okay, it's 2.5 rings. You just need to hit it perfect. Oh, I hit great. That's how my round's going. That's exactly where I was on the front. Yep, I've got my mouth shut. I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I'm going to go on a tirade. This is the deal. This is how this game works. If you won every time, one of my teammates, Joe Golf and I were talking yesterday, and the deal is that that's how this game goes. If it was easy to win, it wouldn't be any fun. I was talking to one of my viewers, Ian. How's it going, Ian? Asked the question of like, what do I mean when I'm saying Ricky Pro, Ricky Expert, Ricky Masters? And the deal is that if you're a rookie, this is why I encourage people not to rush up. Do not buy into this crap that the community says that you need to go to Masters. You got a sniper 2, you need to be in pro. You got a sniper 5, you need to be playing expert. Whatever the deal is, they put all this pressure on you like the thing because most people out there do not understand how the bracketing works. They're absolutely clueless, which cracks me up because it's not like the game came out yesterday and people are trying to figure this stuff out. If you have never exceeded Pro 1, then you're going to be playing, and you're playing in the rookie tournament, and you've never exceeded Pro 1, then you're going to be playing against people who have never exceeded Pro 1. So it's rookie. You're going to be playing against rookies. When you're out on the course playing these holes like right here, you may be playing against somebody that's higher, because it'll be a lot more based on how they do the one-on-one stuff when we're out on the course is different. But when in your bracket, which is different, because people always go, I was playing against this guy and he had a sniper 7 and that's bullshit. The deal is that maybe out here you were, but in your bracket, if you're a rookie, you're playing against rookies. You're playing against people who have never exceeded Pro 1. They're rookies. If you decide that you want to go up and you want to be a pro because you want to get the extra benefit of the stuff that's in the divisional stuff, the extra benefit you get for being in this is the par 3. I'm going to take a sniper. And you start going up to pro, so you move up the scales and you go up to pro, and you're at Pro 2, then you're going to be playing against people in your bracket who are somewhere between Pro 2 and Expert 1. Now, they may have a rookie banner. They may be rookie status right now, but at some point in their career, they exceeded Pro 1, got to Pro 2, got to Pro 3, got to Expert 1. And so that means for the rest of that account's life, today, tomorrow, next year, 2 years from now, you are going to be bracketed against people who are in that category. 4-4. But max. Yeah, let's dial that up. I'm going to do a 10% wind adjustment. So it's 4-8. Let me take this shot. 4-8. Hitting it perfect. See if it gets in the hole. Close. So if you're playing in, if you've moved up and you've moved up to Pro 2 so that you can get more stuff in your every chest you open, you know, there's a benefit to going up to Pro. Then you're going to be playing against pros forever. And so who you play out on the field may vary. You may be playing against somebody who's a rookie. You may be playing against somebody who's a rookie pro or a rookie expert. It's going to depend. Like this person right here has got 835 million won, 6,900 games, 37. So take 835 divided by 2. Divide that number by 3793, and that'll tell you what tour they've been playing. And in that amount of games to win that much, I mean, look at my account. I've got 240 million. And so they've been playing higher tours to get better clubs. And they've got their divisional status up to the point where they have been at some point. You know, I'm playing. My 77 account is in Rookie Expert. So that means every single person in my bracket is or was an expert rated player. They've gone up, and think about how much cash flow you have to win in a week in order to promote yourself in the divisional brackets to get to expert. You've got to be a consistent Tour 7 player in order to get up there. If you're in Tour 7 and you're playing on a regular basis, you're probably going to get to expert 2, but you're not going to get much higher because you're not winning enough cash to get into the promotion zone to get to expert 3 or to get to masters. You're never going to get to masters if you're only playing, unless you're playing a ton. Typically, you're going to have to get up into Tour 9 before you start winning enough cash flow to get into masters. So that means that who I play out here may be whoever, but when I'm in my bracket, every single person in this bracket that I'm playing has very similar clubs and very similar trophy count and very similar stuff to me. So people are always like, yeah, if I had your clubs, I could win all the time. Okay. If you played by yourself, yes, you would win every time. But when you're playing against 100 other people who are in that same, let's see what they have. We'll just pick a random person. 139 million, and they're an expert rated player right now. Now, and they've got 7,506 games. I'm not going to apologize for playing against somebody who has 7,506 games and has an expert rated status. Okay, they promoted themselves to expert. They've played 7,506 games. This person knows how to play. They don't have any top 10s and they don't have any wins, but they've been playing. They've been around for a while. Okay, so every single person in this bracket is an expert rated player. And there's going to be a lot of people in here. Typically, more than half the people in here are going to be probably more cash flow than me. Let's look at the bottom person in the bracket. 3,500 games with 105, and they're a pro rated right now, but they have been at some point an expert rated player. So if you move yourself up to expert and you go, yeah, I'm an expert now and I'm getting these extra benefits, guess what? You're going to be playing against people who are expert rated players. Okay, I know what hole number 9 is. I'm just going to go out there and play it. Go out there and play it. My round is tanked. And I need this bag right here. So let's just see if we can go out and just play hole number 9. It's the par 4s. My hole, and this is the same thing with a lot of tournaments. I don't look at par 3s and par 5s, sometimes par 5s. But typically for me, the make or break holes for my rounds are par 4s. And I'm really keen on wanting to set myself up so that I can get eagles. Those are the holes that my tournament is predicated on. There are some par 3s in the game that you have a serious shot. Do 3.5. I'm looking for is I want that just to clear over there. I'm trying to come in. I'm coming in at an angle, and I want to be with that wind. I want to be right off the sand. Nope. And that's bad. That'll end up in the rough. And that'll be the sign of the times for this round. Oh my God. I had that happen yesterday. There's a little teeny bit of a curl as it goes up that hill. If you hit that thing great to the right like that, you are in serious doo-doo. So my point back on the bracketing thing is that the complaint that people have is that they don't understand. When I see that stuff, they don't understand how the game works. If you move yourself up too fast, you're going to be playing against players. You're going to end up in brackets. It's just like the pro circuit in the real world. You got out of college and you went through qualifying school and you got out there and you're playing against guys that have been pros for years. And so the whole deal is that you can either move yourself up fast or you can take your time a little bit. I'm going to put it on about 2.5. I was a little short of where I wanted to be last time. Just a little off of that. 3.8. It's about 2 rings. That's 4.2, so that's pretty close. I haven't seen rookies, and I don't play against rookies. And that's just the deal. I don't play against them in one-on-one, and I don't play against them. I mean, occasionally you might get somebody like that in one-on-one, but in my bracket, there's probably about a third of the people in my bracket who have low games. And of those third, half of them are experienced players who are trying to run an account up and have gone, you can tell just by, like, I've seen people on here in my bracket that had like 1,000 games and have an expert rating. And so you can tell that they've gone right up to the top, because people who are new to the game aren't going to get that. So they've gone up to the top to try and work on their clubs. And it does not take very many games to start getting your clubs to really good levels. All right, here we go. Hit it great to the right. That might miss. Close. Close. So don't run up. If you want to run up the scale and get up there and you want to be that, then you're going to be playing against players that have that rating. And then to turn around and I see so many people bitch about it, it's like, hey, I'm not the one that played your account. I played my 99 account. We've played it for the last year and it's been a Ricky, and I moved it up. I played Tour 5 finally here in the Winter Major. A couple of my teammates asked me if I could demo the Tour 5 stuff with my lower level account. So I played Tour 5. And in playing Tour 5, there was no way I could play it without getting it promoted to Pro. So I went ahead the next week and I've gotten it to Pro 2 so that I'm just in a Pro bracket. And it's got T4 clubs. And I'm okay with that. It really cracks me up when people go out. Monday is the worst day for me. I hate getting on social media on Monday and looking at stuff, because there's so many haters in our community that will put down people because they post their gold banners. And those people just do not realize how much time, effort, practice, and that it takes to get a win. And then they go on there and they want to put somebody down for getting a win. I mean, come on, guys. And I will guarantee you that none of those people that put those people down have ever won. And then they want to go put somebody down who won. So anybody out there who gets a banner, I congratulate you. Fantastic job. And this is the thing, just a few shots right there. That's the difference. I knew you got to shoot just a few shots right there is all the difference that it makes. I have no idea what's at the top, but I'm going to bet that the person at the top's got a 31. And I think of the hole, the one that bounced out. What's the tiebreaker here? Qualifying round score 14. Would they get in the opening round? 25. I would have been above them with that one shot that bounced out of the hole. The 29 and a 31. And the person who shot a 31 who had all tiebreakers going into this account was guest 224. So they backed their 31 up with a 31. Minus 13, minus 31, minus 31. So going in, I knew that I was going to have to shoot a 31 or better to have any shot. And just coming up just a little bit short right there of getting a banner. That would have been a third place. That would have been a bronze banner right there, just with the one that bounced out of the hole. And so that's how easy it is to drop it. That's how tight it is up here at the top. Just a few, I mean, I look at the 27 and that's a disappointing score. Even though the minimum score this week was minus 11, we had to pick up 9. That's minus 24 when you think about the round. That's a very disappointing score, and it's super tight up here. That's one of the things I like about the brackets that I play in is that you can't make mistakes. You can't miss those types of shots and expect to win. You have to put everything in the hole. You have to shoot perfect rounds. I mean, like every single one of those par fours, looking at I picked up 2 both times, but looking at hole number 5, didn't pick it up either time. And I was right there. Hole number 7, didn't pick it up either time, and I was right there. That's 4 shots. That's the 31. And that's the deal, is you have to shoot absolutely perfect in order to win these brackets. So for those people that are out there in the community,